Hi everyone, Dr. Sheftal here from Think and Prosper. This is a recording of the 1968 Masters, which ended in a very tragic way for one of the players, and you're going to find out why, but I don't want to spoil it because there's so much great golf between now and the ending that you will enjoy very much. One of the things you'll enjoy is to see how slow the greens were at Augusta National back in 1968, and also how the holes are different. Not only are they shorter, of course they had to lengthen almost all the holes at Augusta because the equipment has made it to where the average player now on the PGA Tour hits the ball 298 yards off the tee. Back then it was probably 265 or 270 at the most. There were still some long hitters that could hit at 300, though, and they would probably be in the league of Rory McIlroy or Bryson DeChambeau now, hitting it about 350 or 360 off the tee. Anyway, this was a fabulous recording, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'll tell you, the tragedy that occurs has something to do with this, the scorecard, where you keep your opponent's score on one part of the card and you keep your own score on the other part of the card, which can be torn off. It's just there to make sure that your opponent recorded your score correctly. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. And from now on, enjoy it very much, and we'll see you at the end.
This is Roberto Di Vicenzo at 15. That is his third shot. He is the leader of this tournament, and he is 10 under par. Di Vicenzo, as we said, 10 under par. Bert Yancey, who's on the 18th green, 9 under. Bob Goby just completed 13, also 9 under. Bruce Devlin, 8 under. Middle Order, 7 under with Gary Player. Lionel Hebert, 6 under with Jerry Pittman, Jack Nicklaus, and Raymond Floyd, also 6 under. It has been, as you can tell, very, very exciting. This is Harold Henning at 18. And this is Bert Yancey's attempt at the par. He is 9 under. Yancey is birdie 16 and 17, back-to-back, to move just one shot from the lead. He is 7 under for today's round. This would give him a 65. Is a par for Bert Yancey, and he finishes the fourth and final round at the Masters, 9 under par. A fine 67 for him today. Now let's go to 15 and John Durr.
This putt for Roberto Di Vicenzo for a birdie, a putt of about 10 feet. He was in the bunker, came out and ran a little strong, and he's about 10 feet by. Roberto electrified this crowd today with an eagle on the very first hole of play, followed with birdies on the second and third, and has now moved 10 under. Two-stroke lead for Roberto Di Vicenzo, celebrating his birthday here this Masters Sunday in Augusta. Walks from the 15th. And now at this moment, in the fourth round of the 1968 Masters, The leader is Roberto Di Vincenzo at 11 under par.
Working with us again, as you look at Roberto Di Vincenzo on the right of your screen, working with us again is a former winner of this Masters Championship, Dr. Kerry Middlecoff. And Doctor, what about that putt that Roberto just made?
Well, Pat, he just put the load really on the back of the players behind him, and that just couldn't be more in par. And now let's go out to 16, Henry Longhurst. Here's the scene on the tee. Tommy Aaron, 6 under. Roberto, 11 under. And that's Tommy Aaron there, 6 under. Starts out a bit to the right, may not reach the hole, safely on the green, perhaps 45 feet short. And now, every moment counting now. Possibly the great day in Roberto's life. Everybody loves Roberto. That starts out to the right and won't come back. Maybe the bunker may carry it, and it just carries. The first bunker leaves him an extraordinarily difficult little pitch of about 20 yards over the fringe of the green. And now to 14.
Here at the 14th, Bob Goby. Goby now 9 under par. Working with me here at 14, Byron Nelson. This is Jay Randolph. And Byron is going to use the Texas wedge from off the edge.
Yes, he's just only about 20-25 feet from the hole, putting a little uphill just off the fringe. We've seen quite a few made from this very spot today.
This 420-yard par 4, Bogey now 10 under par, one shot back of Roberto Di Vincenzo. A superb 3 for Bob Goby. Ray Floyd 6 under par, putting for his 4. Remains at 6 under. Both men birdied the 13th, and Goby with the birdie here at 14, now 10 under par. Coming up the 14th, in the black, Gary Player and Frank Beard. Beard had a fine 65 here on Friday. Frank Beard is 5 under par. Gary Player at 7 under. Let's go now to 16.
And back to this terribly difficult shot of Roberto Di Vincenzo. Only about 20 yards, but 2/3 of it is rough stuff. It's on the short rough. That is a truly wonderful shot. And it leaves him perhaps 2 feet from the hole. He might play it 10 times again and not get it as near as that. Vincenzo, 11 under. One ahead now of Goby. Now to 14.
Gary Player, the leader in this tournament after 3 rounds at 210. His second shot, it's a big drive iron,
very large drive. He's only 135 yards from this green, 420-yard hole.
And Gary Player has hit a dandy shot here about 12 feet back in the hole. Player in 1961 won this tournament. There is Bruce Devlin at the 13th. The 475-yard par 5, the famed Azalea hole here at the Augusta National. Devlin will be going for an eagle free. Let's first of all go to the 16th.
And here, Vincenzo always consults with his caddy about the line of putts, however short. This one's only about 2 feet. If he has an Achilles heel in golf, this is it. He sometimes misses it. That's safely in the middle for Roberto Di Vicenzo, and he leads the 16th green, the leader still by 1, 11 under par. And now back to 14.
Where we have Gary Player and Frank Beard coming to the green. Player will have a birdie try that would put him 8 under par. Beard is just over the back edge in the fringe.
Just exactly where Goldie was that just previously made that wonderful 3.
The pin today set to the back right of this 14th green, and Frank Beard is just about 18 feet from the pin. This hole has given up very, very few birdies, only 5 yesterday. And Byron, I suppose today we've seen the fellows have more success with it than possibly any day so far in the tournament.
Yes, no doubt about it. The pin is just an ideal place if you drive the ball well. The boys drove the trees a lot to the left yesterday, and today they have not.
Frank Beard's try for the birdie, sliding by, and you're looking now at 13. Bruce Devlin from about 60 feet away. His try for the eagle. And Devlin has left it considerably short of the hole here. He'll have that for a birdie, which would put him at 9 under par. Let's go now to the 17th.
This is Frank Lever at the 17th. Tommy Aaron is just at his tee shot right down the middle. And Roberto Di Vicenzo is up next. He is in excellent shape, well over the crest of the hill and probably close to 300 yards down the fairway. Let's go to 14.
Where Gary Player takes a look at his 12-footer. Byron, this putt is downhill.
Green is not fast, though, and it will break a little to Gary's left.
Away. Bruce Devlin, his birdie try at the 13th. Devlin just missing. Let's go to 15.
Bob Gold, his second shot. This par 5 hole, and Goldie has hit onto the green, runs up, and he is about 8 feet, 9 feet away from the hole. A chance for an eagle for Bob Goldie, a superb second shot. And so at this moment in the fourth round of the 1968 Masters, the leader is Roberto Di Vincenzo at 11 under par.
Let's go quickly now to Kerry Middlecoff.
Well, Pat, we've just got more golf tournament than I can stand. Here at 17, Roberto Di Vincenzo, after the great birdie at 15 and great par at 16, hit a tremendous drive in the exact center of the fairway, and I don't think we'll have more than a small 9 iron to the green. Then Bob Goldie, who was chasing him after at least a 300-yard drive, looked as though he hit about a 4 iron, and he is only about 8 or 9 or 10 feet from the hole putting for Eagle 3. And now let's go back out to 15.
This is Goldie walking on the green. Raymond Floyd also on the green in 2. Will have the first crack of an eagle here. But Floyd is on the front portion of the green and about 30, probably 35 feet away. Goldie marking his ball, and we go quickly to 17.
Di Vincenzo ready to hit his second shot at 17. He bogeyed this hole yesterday. One of 12 players to bogey it. It's played a little easier today.
Beautiful shot. 4 feet away from a birdie for Roberto Di Vincenzo. Intricate pin placement here on 17 on a rise in the upper back right portion of the green. And he pinpointed it perfectly. No one has been closer on this hole today. Let's go to 15. Raymond Floyd continuing to work on the green there in front of his ball. Raymond is 6 under par, and he eagled this hole yesterday. He had a putt of about 10 or 12 feet for his 3 and rolled it right into the cup. Today he is 3 times that far from the hole, but also going for an eagle. With Di Vincenzo close at 17 and Bob Goldie 1 stroke behind, close here at 15. We're down to the exciting moments of this Masters tournament. Raymond Floyd trying for an eagle on 15. Two and a half feet, perhaps, and over 18.
At the second shot of Jack Nicklaus. Just on the left side of the green for Jack Nicklaus. Now quickly back to 15.
Floyd's try for the birdie. Skims around the back again. That puts him 7 under par. And now comes the moment, though. The man who is chasing Roberto Di Vincenzo on his birthday here, Bob Goldie. Bob Goldie from no more than 9 feet. A try for an eagle. The situation is that Goldie is 10 under par. Di Vincenzo is 11 under and is in position to go another under at 17. Goldie, by sinking an eagle here, of course, could go 12 under. It's a moment of extreme tension at the Goldie is staging a comeback in this tournament. He's not played particularly well this year. Did have a good year last year. Made a birdie on the 13th and then a most spectacular birdie on 14. And now trying for an eagle here on 15. At 17, we see now Roberto Di Vicenzo trying for a birdie at 17. We'll be trying for an eagle. Simultaneous putts that put them each 12 under par. Roberto Di Vicenzo at 17 and Bob Goldie at 15 at almost the exact same moment with 12 under par. Goldie walking now down the trail over to the 16th tee. And now to 18.
For the tee shot of the co-leader of this 1968 Masters, Roberto Di Vicenzo. Di Vicenzo drive in a perfect position. They try to kick the ball to the right side, away from the traps on the left of their screen and not too close to those trees. And this is Tommy Aaron. 6 under par. Aaron of 6 under has never won a major tournament. And Aaron, too, with a perfect drive. Third shot of Jack Nicklaus. Nicklaus almost put himself 8 under. Back quickly now to 16.
And here is Goldie. 12 under. Well, we have time for a very quick comment from Byron Nelson. Byron, if you were in his position now, equal level, leading the field, would you go for the flag?
I certainly would. I'd throw it right up the middle of that green.
Okay. To the left, perfectly safe, and Byron Nelson said right in the middle of the green, and he leaves himself about 30 feet, not terribly happy with it. Exactly the right club for Goldie, dead level with the flag, about 30 feet to the left. Floyd, himself 7 under, even so 5 behind Goldie and Di Vicenzo. Sends her at this moment on the 18th. Just to the right of the flag, maybe too far, it is. He took one clump too big, and he's in the bunker at the back behind the flag. Ray Floyd. And now to 18.
This is the co-leader, Roberto Di Vicenzo, is 12 under par. He is also 8 under for today's round and could tie the course record of 64. He hit a perfect tee shot. Quickly now to carry middle car.
Well, Pat, Roberto Di Vicenzo, I think, drove the 3-wood. He's about even with this first bunker and in perfect position. Aaron also hit a wonderful drive, and of course, up almost past the last bunker. And now let's go back to you, Pat.
Di Vicenzo looking toward the 18th green. And his playing partner, Tony Aaron, is 6 under. This is what Di Vicenzo is facing him when he has to carry over the trap. And he will have a tough shot. He was long, the ball carried over the green and into the gallery to the left of the green. And he badly needs a par. So, at this moment, at the final round of the 1968 Masters, the leaders are Roberto Di Vicenzo and Bob Goldie. Roberto Di Vicenzo is in trouble at the 18th. Aaron has just hit a beautiful shot, and he'll have an excellent shot at a birdie to put himself 7 under. This is the current leader of the tournament, along with Bob Goldie at 12 under par. He has a tough shot facing him. What a birthday present this would be, a Masters championship. He is the defending British Open champion. Now listen. Here, he ties the first record held by Jack Nicklaus and Roy Mendel. Let's go now quickly to 15.
Gary players trying for the eagle. And at 16, Goldie is trying for a 2. Player's birdie goes just, eagle goes just by the hole. There is Goldie. Peppered right at it. Player finished out with his birdie on 15 and goes 8 under par. And Goldie pars the 16th to remain 12 under. And now over to 18.
Roberto Di Vicenzo in real trouble. They have moved the gallery back to give him a shot from underneath the tower back in that crowd. Not too much green to shoot at. I believe he has the putter. He did putt. He did a great shot. But he still has a very, very difficult putt. And he needs this car desperately. He's tied to Bob Goldie. And he will take a long look at this one. Tommy Aaron will putt first. Aaron is 6 under par. And this is for birdie. Just 5. Aaron will mark his ball, and DiVincenzo with the biggest putt of his life. He tied the course record on the front nine today with a 31. Record held by Dr. Kerry Middlecoff, set in 1955. Roberto always confers with that caddy. And this is for par. Goes back to 11 under and falls one shot out of the lead. A very, very fine 65 today for Roberto DiVincenzo. Very gracious Argentina. Let's go down to 15.
Bruce Devlin, who is 8 under par, about to hit his second shot. Devlin, 8 under. And he had the misfortune earlier of having a quadruple bogey. He is over the green, just off the back of the green, about 8 feet. So Devlin is to the back of the 15th. And so at this moment, in the 4th round of the 1968 Masters, the leaders are, the leader is Bob Goldie at 12 under par.
You are looking down at the Augusta National Golf Club. Bob Goldie, by himself, leads the 1968 Masters. He is 12 under par. Roberto DiVincenzo came to 18 tied with Goldie, and he bogeyed. Roberto has just done his scorecard, and he has gotten a tremendous round of applause in this most courteous rally of the Augusta National. Now to 17.
The tension is electric here at 17 as Bob Goldie and Ray Floyd look over their second shots. Goldie has hit his tee shot to the far right-hand side of the fairway in the area of a pair of twin pine trees about 250 yards from the tee. In front of those twin pine trees are 3 large earthen mounds which will serve to restrict Goldie's vision between the point of his ball and also the green. At the most, he can probably see the very top of the flag from the position his ball is in. Kerry Middlecoff, this is a problem shot of some sorts, no doubt.
Well, it's certainly a problem. It's hard to tell, Frank, what kind of vision he's got. If he has a free swing, I understand he's in this area. If he has a free swing where his club won't hit these trees, he should be able to get the ball somewhere on the green. Now back 17.
He's a little beyond the trees, so he should have at least that free swing. He's in the area of that first mound. He is on the far left-hand side of the green and has a long, long putt for a possible bird, but he should be able to get down into from here. Obviously, he feels pretty good about it.
Ray Floyd now on the opposite side of the fairway, ready to hit his second shot. Floyd has hit a fine second shot. He is perhaps 12 to 15 feet away from the pin. Let's go to 18.
One of the fine young players, Lee Trevino. He has hit an excellent shot. Trevino is 4 over. But the question in everybody's mind right now is whether or not Bob Goldie, this is Leonard Barber, who is 5 under. Miller opened with a 75 first day and has played 69 and 68. Let's go quickly out to 15 now.
Don January equaled this hole the second round. He's trying for another one right now in the fourth round. He's 4 under par. Well, he'll have to set up for one eagle here for this 68 Masters. He's 2.5 feet by. Bruce Devlin a moment ago almost chipped in for his eagle. The ball at the back of the cup spun out. And Bruce gave quite a demonstration to the gallery around here. His aggravated anger at having missed it. Birdie try. January gets it down, goes 5 under. And now over to 17.
Where Bob Goldie is studying a putt that will measure between 60 to 65 feet from the hole. That pin is cut on a rise in the upper right-hand portion of the green. He is in a lower section and will have to come uphill. This will be his third shot at this par 4, 400 yards, 17th at Augusta National. Goldie leading this tournament by 1 shot over Roberto De Vicenzo, who has finished his round. Bob has never finished high in the Masters. Back in 1964, he led at the end of 18 holes. But that has been the only dent he has made in this most prestigious of all tournaments. Studying his putt from every conceivable angle. A difficult one, uphill. This would be for a birdie 3. He leaves himself a putt of about 4 feet, as we call him Byron Nelson.
Well, I'll tell you, Frank, that this putt is really one of the toughest putts that he'll ever have to make in his life. This little thing is still uphill, and the green is coming from his left, which means that putt's going to go off to the right. For where he putted from, it's tough to get the ball down in 2. This little putt here is the kind we call knee knockers, and certainly with the pressure he has here, I'm sure that he already knows what happened to Roberto on the last hole.
If he makes it, he retains his lead. If he doesn't, we're tied again. A bogey 5 for Bob Goldie on 17, and so he drops back into a tie for first place in the tournament with Roberto De Vicenzo at 12 under par. He just might have given Roberto De Vicenzo his biggest birthday present ever. Now Ray Floyd studying his putt. He is -6 for the tournament, tied for 8th in 1966, 25 years old. Bob Goby, Roberto De Vicenzo now -11. Floyd has got about 12 to 15 feet for a possible birdie on 17. Galloway completely encircling the 17th hole. Raymond Floyd leaves it inches away and will tap it in for his par 4, so he'll remain at 6 under par for the tournament. Now let's go to 18.
So, as Bob Goby heads for the 18th tee, you get a look at some of the magnificent gallery and this magnificent golf course here in Augusta, Georgia. Now let's go to Kerry Middlecoff.
Well, Pat, I think that Bob Goby is now confronted with a decision he'd rather not have, and that is whether to play short of these traps and try to make a sure 4 and get a tie, or whether to take the driver, try to drive in this area, and maybe lose the turn. And I know that Bob would like to make that putt and not have to make the decision.
And you can see Bob Goby with his back to you, Ray Floyd on the right. And he's taking a good long look at this 18th fairway. In case this tournament should end in a tie, as it stands right now, between Bob Goby and Roberto De Vicenzo, the winner will be decided in an 18-hole playoff tomorrow. Ray Floyd's tee shot. And Floyd has hit a tremendous tee shot. Just to the right of that track. And now the drive of Bob Goby. As I was saying a minute ago, Casey, there is Roberto De Vicenzo waiting around the scoring table at the 18th green and still thinking about his putt at 18. This is a 3-wood that Bob Goby is using. He'll try to play short on those traps. Goby drove his ball into the woods on the right side of the fairway, hit a tree, and came all the way back down the fairway. And he faces a very, very difficult second shot. And Roberto De Vicenzo might, just might, be getting the greatest birthday present of his life. Goby has a tough shot coming up. So, at this moment, at the final round, we'll be back with more action at the 1968 Masters following station identification. Bob Goby, tied for the lead in the 1968 Masters, has put his tee shot into the woods, hit a tree, and bounced back into the fairway. He is tied with Roberto De Vicenzo at this moment, but faces a very, very difficult shot. What kind of shot, Kerry Middlecoff?
Well, Pat, first of all, I think he could have gotten a worse break. He could have jumped out in the woods. He could have jumped forward. But as it is, I think he has an open shot, but it's at least 210 yards. It's blind, and I would say a 2-iron or 4-wood.
In case this tournament does end in a tie, the winner will be decided tomorrow in an 18-hole playoff, in which event CBS will bring you the final holes of Monday's playoff at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And be sure you stay with us today, immediately after. The final round is completed for the informal presentation. Bob Goby came up the 18th fairway, took a look at the green, and now he's going back to where his ball bounced off that tree. At the moment, Bob Goldie and Roberto Di Vicenzo are tied. And the look on his face tells you just how much the Masters Championship means. This is Goldie's shot to the 18th green. He is using an iron. Undecided. Another indication of how much this means. Looks good. A fine second shot by Bob Goldie. He has a tough coming back downhill. Cut of approximately 55, 60 feet. And there's the man with whom he is tied at this moment. Now look down the 18th fairway. Here is Raymond Floyd, who is 6 under for the tournament. And here's the second shot coming up. Excellent shot by Ray Floyd. Jerry, what sort of putt does Bob Goldie have now? I realize it's downhill, but what else?
Well, it's a tremendous break from right to left at the beginning of the putt, Pat, and then it may tail off and actually go some more to the right, but it's basically speed. Or rather, I'm wrong, it's a left to right putt first and then breaks back to the left.
And very difficult. And listen to the tremendous round of applause for Bob Goldie. Standing ovation. As they did here for Roberto Di Vicenzo just a few minutes ago. Goldie has been fairly inactive of late. He's had a bad elbow, which he injured of all things throwing football left-handed. He was a quarterback at the University of Illinois. And there is Roberto Di Vicenzo. Goldie faces, as Dr. Middlecoff said just a minute ago, an extremely difficult putt. He needs a par. He lies 2. In case he gets that par, remember that CBS will bring you the 18-hole playoff tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. speed is his main concern. There are 2 brakes. That is not an easy fight he's left himself. And the man with whom he is tied looks on. Ray Floyd asking for quiet. Goldie's asking for help, advice, I should say, from Ray Floyd. That distance stands between the playoffs tomorrow and the championship for Roberto DiVincenzo. Goldie just prepared a ball marker.
So Goldby and DiVincenzo are tied at 11 under, and you're not going to believe what happens from this point forward, but I'm going to forward it to Butler Cab and let Clifford Roberts and his team explain to you what happened.
And Pat, I'd like to have you help me meet one of the great gentlemen of the game of golf, the general chairman of the Masters Golf Tournament, Mr. Clifford Roberts. Mr. Roberts?
Good afternoon. I'm going to talk a little bit longer than usual because Roberto DiVincenzo has not arrived here as yet. Is he on his way? First of all, I bring you greetings from Bob Jones, the president of the Augusta National. Bob has been here all week, as usual, helping to conduct the operations of this tournament. He doesn't feel quite up to par today, however, and is asked to be excused from presiding at this little TV informal ceremony. I'm therefore, with Bob's approval, going to call on our good friend, Mr. John Winters, from Tulsa, Oklahoma, a long-time member of our club, and a long-time member of the Masters Tournament organization. And John, if you will now please take over, I'll be ever so much obliged to you.
Thank you, Clifford. I think that another Masters tournament has been concluded in the tradition that something different always happens at the Masters. I think this year is significant in that 2 things happen. First, on the third day's play, there were 11 very fine players who were within 3 strokes of each other. Therefore, any good player who got it going could be the winner. The second unusual thing, and it is a thing that brings great distress to me, we thought at first that we had a tie in the tournament. And unfortunately, Roberto on the 17th hole, where he had a very fine birdie, inadvertently returned his score as 4 for that hole, and under the rules of golf, we can't do anything but accept that as a 4. Therefore, instead of a tie in the tournament, Bob Colby is a winner, and Roberto is a runner-up. It's a thing that we regret, but when we say we're going to play under the rules of golf, we have no choice.
Mr. Winters is right. You got to go by the rules. It's a tough rule. There's a very strong argument that if everyone in the world knows that he really made a 3, why can't they just change it on the scorecard and allow the playoff to occur? Well, there's a rule in golf that says once you sign that card, if you sign for a score higher than you actually got, you have to take the higher score. If you sign for a score that's lower than you got, you're disqualified. So Roberto DiVincenzo lost his chance to go to a playoff with Bob Golby to see who would win the following day. So it's very tragic and sad and so forth. But I saw an interview with Roberto DiVincenzo a few years later, and he said that it was the best thing that ever happened to him. Even better than had he won the Masters. So, these things sometimes turn out for the better. And what I think DiVincenzo meant was it gave him more visibility, more people knew who he was, his appearance fees increased and so forth. He wasn't just talking about money, though. He was talking about the fame and what he learned from the experience and so forth. But anyway, I'll let you watch the conclusion of this. It's very self-explanatory, and everyone gets to state how they feel about it. But this is an amazing tournament. The golf was phenomenal, and so was the denouement. So I'll let it play out, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a young amateur come into this tournament for the very first time. And I think that formally we would say his name is Marvin Giles III. But he has endeared himself to all the gallery and people around here, so that they're all going to know him as Vinny.
By the way, he's talking about Vinny Giles there, who is the low amateur. And Vinny Giles is 13 years older than me. So when I played in the U.S. Senior Amateur in 2017, I was already 6 years older than the age cutoff, which was a fair amount. But Vinny Giles was 19 years older than the age cutoff, and he qualified for the tournament also, meaning he won his local or regional qualifier, which is really amazing. I mean, the guy's a phenomenal amateur golfer, one of the best we ever had. And it was great to see him playing at that age. He was 70, I think he was 74 years old when he played in it, which gives inspiration to a lot of us who are nearing 70 and still want to play in a national tournament. I sure wish they would add a 65 and over age group for people who have gotten older and find it very hard to compete with the 55-year-olds. But anyway, Vinny has deserved everything he's gotten in amateur golf. He's a great player. So they're going to interview Vinny here for a second, and then I'll let it play on.
And it is Congratulations, Vinny, on being the low amateur in the tournament. It's your first Masters, and I think that when you shoot a score of even par for the 4 rounds in this tournament, that you have done remarkably well. I congratulate you. Now then, is there any particular hole or anything during the tournament that you remember more than anything else?
Well, I think it's as much as anything, just the experience and the thrill of being here. I know it's the greatest experience I've ever had with my golf, and it's just been a wonderful pleasure to be here. You remember, I think, all the holes. I don't think I'll forget very many shots ever. But I just want to thank Mr. Roberts and Mr. Jones and everyone else here at the National. And I just hope that one of these days I can return and play again.
Well, I'll say this, Vinny, you were the runner-up in the National Amateur last year, and you demonstrated a quality of game that you may be the hope that we're looking for, being the amateur to win this tournament someday. Good luck to you, and I hope that you continue to play well.
Thank you very much.
Roberto, due to the circumstances, this is not a very happy birthday present. And I understand it is your birthday.
Right.
And but I think that you played marvelously well, and if I ever saw any man wonderfully appreciated by the galleries, you were. And actually, I'm not going to be very happy about walking out of this room and having to tell exactly what happened. But I know that during the tournament, there's some of the things that happened that may have impressed you. You might have thought of a shot that you could have made better, or one that was outstanding. Now, I know the first hole today was a great thrill to start on, but would you like to comment any upon the course and the play?
Well, I want to say I can't forget 2 things today. I can't forget what I do in the first hole and then what I do in the last hole. I am professional for many years, and I never think what a stupid I am, because when you play in the tournament, you have to check the scorecard very carefully. And I make a wrong thing today, and just I look the scorecard and I tell the truth. I don't see anything. I don't see any numbers. I feel sorry for myself, and I don't think I got another chance to be so close to win this tournament like this week. But anyway, I want to congratulations to Bobby Golby to play so good. Maybe Mr. Golby is fault because I make a wrong thing in the scorecard. He gave me so much pressure in the last hole or that few hole, and I lose my brain. But anyway, I'm happy, and I want to congratulate Bob, and I want to say thank you, Mr. Robert. Thank you to give me this invitation to play here, and I want to come back next year.
Can I inject a word here?
Please do.
Bob Jones asked me especially to convey his congratulations to you in case you were the winner, as he thought you were going to be. And he recalled playing around the golf with you in Buenos Aires 20 years ago. And he has been one of your longest admirers all these many years. And I imagine that Bob and I both are going to be busy trying to figure out some way to have 2 winners here in place of a winner and a runner-up. In our heart, we will always regard you as one of the 2 winners in this tournament, without taking anything away from the new Masters champion.
Well, Roberto, I'd like to say this, that I was quite interested in your remarks. Knowing the sportsman that you are, I wouldn't have expected anything different. And it's unfortunate it turned out that way, but my congratulations on having played splendidly all through the 4 days of this tournament.
Thank you very much.
Now, Bob, you kind of came back from nowhere and kept plugging along today. And I saw on television the eagle putt that you made on 15, and that must have given you quite a thrill, didn't it?
Sure did. That was sort of a big boost that I really needed at that point.
Well, did you look back on any particular shot well played or shot not so well played that might have made a difference in your game somewhere?
Well, I played halfway decent all week. I had never played well at the Masters, and this is my 9th trip. And I was pleased with my game today and most of this week. And today I seemed to get going about the 5th or 6th hole. I hit a couple of good golf shots, and I just seemed to get a little momentum. And for some reason, I usually get nervous playing golf on the last day, but for some reason I didn't get too awful nervous today. But I really don't really know what to say, because Roberto's one of my good friends. We've been playing golf for 12, 13 years together, and I really regret what really happened, because seems like it's not really the way to win the golf tournament. I really don't know what to say. I just have to say
I think we'll all feel that way, but under the circumstances, you are the winner. And I think that now the time has come for the former champion, Gabe Brewer, to come forward and put the green coat on you, for you join the select circle. Gabe, will you come in? My congratulations to you, Bob, and on behalf of the membership of the club. We're particularly glad to see you wearing that coat.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. I'd sure like to congratulate you and everybody.
So again, we've come to the conclusion of another Masters golf tournament. A great golf tournament as you've just witnessed the Masters. And now back to Pat Summerall.
And the winner of the 1968 Masters is Bob Goldie.